나는 13가의 코리안 맨인 뉴욕 떠나가는 사람을 잡지 마라 alright 이 노래의 주인공은 bye bye 이제 내가 가사 쓰지 알을 마시며 읽은 장을 쓴 노래만 노래방에서 아직 거짓말 거지같이 살아 요즘 난 누가 예술을 배우나 내 글씨 난 빠진 노트파 에네르기파 그녀는 가끔 채식주의자 냄새와 맛을 잃은 요리사처럼 슬픈 이야기가 있을까 코로나가 난 사랑 and the melody.
Hey boss. Sorry, I was just thinking about how to sell more dancing cleaners. I mean vacuum cleaners. Not dancing cleaners, I meant vacuum cleaners. Sorry, I don't know why I said dancing cleaners. I meant vacuum cleaners. You know, boss, I just had a great idea. We should start selling vacuum cleaners in North Korea. Why? Because in North Korea, they don't have any good vacuum cleaners. All their vacuum cleaners are just garbage. So if we start selling our vacuum cleaners, I mean, ours are the best, right? We have the best quality vacuum cleaners. If we start selling ours there, they're just going to sell like hotcakes. You know, everybody, when people hear about our company, I mean, it's just going to, our company name is just going to spread by word of mouth. You know, our vacuum cleaners are going to sell like hotcakes because everybody's just going to, you know, talk about it and it is just going to spread by word of mouth. What do you think about that? I guarantee you, if you send me to North Korea, I will sell 60,000 vacuum cleaners there. Hey, boss. Just caught some people spying on me here. I better run. Hey, guys. Didn't see you spying on me there. I was just talking to my boss, Mr. Who, at Who's Vacuum. It was a bit embarrassing. I made a Freudian slip. I made a Freudian slip, guys. Do you know what a Freudian slip is? A Freudian slip is when you accidentally say what you're thinking. So I was trying to tell my boss that I was thinking about vacuum cleaners, but I said dancing cleaners. Why? Well, because that was really what I was thinking about inside. That was the truth. But I didn't want to tell him that. So I was telling him I was thinking about vacuum cleaners, but then suddenly my brain did something weird and I accidentally said the truth. I said what I was really thinking about, which was North Korean women. So I was really thinking about that, and then I was trying to say vacuum cleaner, but then I made a Freudian slip. Okay, so that's what it means to have a Freudian slip, or to make a Freudian slip. I think you can use both those verbs. You can say I had a Freudian slip or I made a Freudian slip. Have you ever made a Freudian slip? Let me know down in the comments. What was your Freudian slip? Okay, it's when you accidentally reveal what you were really thinking about. So I said dancing cleaners instead of vacuum cleaners. That was my Freudian slip, guys. So I told my boss, if he sends me to North Korea and I sell vacuum cleaners in North Korea, our vacuum cleaners will sell like hotcakes. If something sells like hotcakes, it means it sells very fast. Really, I mean, if a company's product sells like, if those products sell like hotcakes, that's a great thing. All companies want to sell their products like hotcakes, right? A hotcake. What is a hotcake? Well, it's just kind of like a, you know, it's a food that people like. I don't really even know what it is. Have I ever eaten a hotcake? I think it's kind of a dessert. Hotcake. I don't know. I think hotcakes might be an American thing. I don't know. What is a hotcake, guys? Let me know in the comments. Do you even know what a hotcake is? Sometimes English idioms have words that we don't really even know what they mean, but we know the idiom meaning. We don't know what they mean outside the idiom. So hotcakes, I think a hotcake it's like a kind of a bun, a sweet bun. I don't know, guys. But if something sells like hotcakes, that means it sells amazingly. So if a company, like if our company sells vacuum cleaners, if I were to sell like 60,000 vacuum cleaners, that would be, whoa, that's a huge number, right? So that would mean our vacuum cleaners are selling like hotcakes. Then I can call my boss from North Korea and say, hey boss, I'm in North Korea. Our vacuum cleaners are selling like hotcakes. Hotcakes, right? And you know what? I was telling my boss, we won't really even need to do marketing there. Because like, you know, the best kind of marketing is word of mouth marketing, right? What does that mean? What does word of mouth mean? Word of mouth means when one person tells another person about a product. Usually, if there's a quality product, companies don't even need to spend money on marketing because the product sells itself. Because one person tells another person, you know, maybe if you, let's say you find a great product and then you talk to your grandma, yo, grandma, this product is awesome. You should buy one. And then your grandma buys one. She tells all her sisters. And then suddenly, like, everybody in the community is buying this thing. Everybody in the country maybe is buying this thing, right? So, you know, sometimes companies, they don't even need to spend money on marketing. I think Tesla is one of those companies. I don't think Tesla spends any money on marketing. Like, I've never seen a Tesla commercial in my life. I have seen Ford commercials. I've seen Toyota, Chevy, all the different car companies, for example. I've seen a lot of their ads on TV. Right? Ad is short for advertisement. Okay, an advertisement on TV is called a commercial, right? So if you're watching a hockey game or some sports game, they might say, okay, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to take a commercial break. What that means is we're going to stop the game, or we're not going to show you the game anymore because we are going to start showing you commercials. And then you'll see the commercial. It might be some truck, and it's like, buy our Chevy truck or Dodge Ram. Buy our Ram 1500. It's the best truck in its class. And so, you know, all the different commercials, right? They're trying to sell. So companies are trying to sell you products. So they buy time on, like, during hockey games or other events, sports or shows, maybe a favorite show. And what they do is they buy maybe a 30-second slot. Slot means a time period. They buy that slot and then they put their commercial in there, right? So they pay the TV people, and then the TV people put in their company's commercial. So that's a kind of advertisement that you watch on TV. That's called a commercial. If it's a different kind of advertisement, let's say like it's a poster. Let's say you see a poster. Well, that's a different kind of advertisement. It's not a commercial. That's an it's called an ad, right? Or a flyer. You know, maybe companies give out flyers. A flyer is just like a little, you know, piece of paper, basically, saying what your company is selling. Maybe your grocery store. Like here in Canada, grocery stores send out weekly flyers just to list all the products that are on sale. You know, and then you look through the flyer, you flip through the flyer, You flip through it means you look through it. It might be 2 or 3 pages long. So you flip through the flyer and you say, oh, toilet paper is on sale this week. I should buy some toilet paper. And you flip a little bit more. Ooh, ice cream is on sale. What do you think, honey? Should we pick up a tub of ice cream? A tub ice cream. A tub of ice cream means like a big like container of ice cream. A tub. Should we pick up a tub of ice cream? Yeah, we should pick up a tub of ice cream. All right. So that's called a flyer. Companies have different kinds of marketing. One kind of marketing is word of mouth. And that is when the people do marketing for you and you don't even ask them to do it, right? So for Tesla, let's say, Tesla, I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this. I think I heard Elon Musk say that they don't spend money on marketing because they just focus on making a good product. Because if they have a good product, then it'll spread by word of mouth, right? One person buys a Tesla. Oh, I love my Tesla. It's so good. And then another person wants to buy a Tesla and suddenly they're all buying Teslas. And Elon Musk doesn't have to spend any money on marketing because everybody's doing the marketing for free, right? So that's the best kind of marketing because people do it themselves. And, and it's the best because people actually believe it, right? I mean, if you're telling your family members to buy a product, you love your family. You're not going to tell them to buy garbage. But if there's a product that you really like that actually helps you, of course you're going to tell people, hey, you should buy this brand. Don't buy that brand. That brand is garbage. Okay. And sometimes, it's really I think one of the reasons why Amazon is so successful is because Amazon has reviews. Okay. Their products, you go on, look for any product on Amazon, you'll probably see 100 reviews or more. And that has helped me a lot in my life. I have bought so many products. I have made my decision to either buy or not buy depending on the reviews and the rating, right? Let's say some electronic, let's say you want to buy something like a battery pack, one of these, what are they called? A power bank or something like that. As you're looking through all the different ones you could buy, you want to buy one that's rated really highly. And you might read a few reviews. People are saying this one is awesome. It worked great. And right. So it's kind of like word of mouth. You're reading that review and it's real. And maybe some of those reviews are fake, but a lot of them are real. For example, I just bought a few days ago, I bought myself, a kind of a appliance called an Instant Pot. Do you know what the word appliance means? Appliance means something in your house that, what is an appliance? Like a dishwasher or a washing machine or a dryer or something in the kitchen that you use, maybe some sort of maybe a blender or beaters, to make cake or just different kinds of appliances. I bought a kind of appliance called it's called an Instant Pot. And what it is, you can cook a lot of different stuff in an Instant Pot. It can be a pressure cooker. It can be a slow cooker. You can cook things over long periods of time. You can make yogurt. All right. So I made yogurt for the first time in my life just yesterday. It was great. It turned out great. So what do? You just put some yogurt, a little bit of yogurt and milk into the Instant Pot. And then you press start, the yogurt setting and start. And then you leave it for 8 hours. And it's just not cooking it it's a very low temperature. Just so that bacterial culture can spread throughout the milk and everything. And then you take it out and it's yogurt, right? It's great. It's awesome. It's cheaper to make your own yogurt and it's better, right? So I bought it to make yogurt. I bought it to make roasts, to cook other things. You know, it's a very useful thing. So, but before I bought it, I was reading the reviews on Amazon, and one reviewer mentioned, he said there's the big one. He said it's a great appliance, but in the instructions, they didn't say there's a hidden sticker underneath the pressure valve, like when you're pressure cooking, you know, that thing that holds the pressure down. If you want to release the pressure, you kind of take that thing off and then it releases the pressure. Underneath this, there's a little plastic piece on there. Underneath that, there was a sticker. You know, on new products, if you buy a new thing, there's always stickers on the product and you have to peel the stickers off and then you can use it. Well, there was a sticker hiding under that thing. And this guy says he used the cooker for the first time. And then afterwards, he found there was this wet sticker underneath this plastic piece. And so I read that review before I bought it. And then when I bought it, I took it out of the box. I was looking for that sticker, and sure enough, there was a sticker there. If I hadn't read that review, I would not have checked that place for a sticker. So that was really helpful for me. It was helpful that person left a review. So that's why I like Amazon. I like buying things on Amazon because a lot of real people, they leave their review of a product, and it's helpful. So like anytime the customer gets involved in talking about a product, it's helpful for other customers, and it can be really helpful for the company if it's a good review. If it's a bad review, it's really bad for the company, right? So, you know, word of mouth, it can be it's usually when people talk about word of mouth, I mean, it doesn't mean it's good or bad. It just means that something is spreading. A message is spreading. Okay. So, you know, any product, like if you want to, you know, if it's a car or if it's a vacuum cleaner or if it's anything can spread by word of mouth. You know, have anybody, like in your family or friends, has anybody told you to buy something or recommended a product to you or told you to avoid a certain brand? You know, once a brand gets a bad name here means, what does it mean? It's a word I'm thinking of, guys. Reputation. Sorry, my brain stopped working for a second there. So if a company gets a bad name, people don't want to buy their products. Okay, so bad name means bad reputation. Okay, so, you know, our company is called Who's Vacuum. Okay, if Who's Vacuum gets a bad name as cheap vacuum cleaners or bad quality, or maybe they break after 6 months, maybe they stop working after a few months, well, that's going to lead to a bad name, and then people will not buy our product, right? So, you know, and maybe they'll start making jokes about our product, right? And so then really hurts a company when it gets to that point. But if a company makes a really good product and then everybody starts to talk about it, you know, that's the best thing for a company, because then it's word of mouth is actually the marketing tool that's being used. And so you don't even have to waste money on marketing. All right. So, that's called word of mouth, you know, marketing. So people just talk about it. Guys, what products can you vouch for? To vouch for something means you give it your approval. You recommend it. You know, if you vouch for a certain, you know, thing, it can be a product, or it could be like a company, or it can be a person. like a politician or anybody. I vouch for that guy. You know, maybe your town is electing a new mayor. Say, I wouldn't vouch for him. Means you don't recommend him, right? I vouch for her. I would vouch for her. I'm going to vouch for her. That means you recommend that person, right? So what things would you vouch for, guys? You know, so many things in life, right, that we like and we support, and other things that we don't. Maybe a certain car brand. You know, maybe you vouch for Tesla. Maybe you hate it. A lot of people don't vouch for Tesla. They hate electric cars, and especially like in Alberta, where I'm from, a lot of people, there's kind of two types of people in Alberta. They're like the rednecks. Those are kind of like the, you know, they're like, I don't know if you know anything about like Texas, but like Alberta is sometimes called, you know, the Texas of Canada. The culture is kind of similar. The people are similar. They're like kind of, they like working hard. Maybe they have some horses or some cows or something like that. You know, they're probably pretty conservative in their beliefs. You know, those types of people can sometimes be called rednecks. Okay. So, you know, in Alberta, we have a lot of rednecks, but they're also like really like, I don't know, they're really like other kinds of people too, where they love electric cars. So the rednecks don't like electric vehicles. They always joke about them. They complain about them and stuff like that. So how about you? Do you like electric cars? You know, or do you not like them? I'm kind of neutral on the issue, actually. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion. I would kind of like to own a Tesla. I think I would really like that. I don't know. I don't know anything about electric vehicles. I've never owned an electric vehicle. So I don't know really, but let me know. Have you owned an electric vehicle? Is it good? Do you recommend it? Do you vouch for it or not? So I can't vouch for that, but I don't know. What else what can I vouch for, guys? Can vouch for my hat. You know, actually, what I can vouch for right now, today, is the NHL, which is the National Hockey League. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Stanley Cup means the finals, the playoffs of ice hockey. It's kind of like the World Cup of hockey. Okay, so the Stanley Cup of hockey. So it's at the finals, and the final is a 7-game. It's the best of 7. Best of 7 means whoever wins 4 games first wins. And just last night, the Edmonton Oilers, I'm from Calgary, you know, really Calgary fans don't really like the Edmonton Oilers, but Edmonton is in Alberta, so I'm kind of cheering for Edmonton. They're playing the Florida Panthers, and they were down 3 games. That's bad. The Edmonton Oilers, I mean, they lost the first 3 games. So all Florida needed to win was 1 more game, and then they win the Stanley Cup. They win the trophy. But Edmonton won 1 game, and then they won another game, and just last night they tied it up. So now it's 3-3. So it's going to go back to Florida for game 7. And who knows who's going to win? I think Edmonton has all the momentum. If a team has all the momentum, that like momentum means like how, you know, if you're moving in the right direction, you've got all the speed, right? You know, all the weight behind you. What is momentum? Momentum means it's like speed times weight. Is that what it is? Speed and weight? Like, for example, if you're on a, you know, let's say a train is coming and you're on the tracks, and the train sees you, the train wants to stop, but the train can't stop because it has too much momentum. It has too much momentum, so it's going to hit you, right? So right now the Edmonton Oilers have all the momentum because they just won the last 3 games. First, Florida had the momentum, and then they dropped. I don't know. But then now Edmonton has the momentum. So going into Game 7, it's good to have the momentum, right? You want to have the momentum in life. So I could say I can vouch for the Oilers. I think the Edmonton Oilers are going to win the Stanley Cup. Guys, it's been a long time since a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup. Canada is very known for its ice hockey. Everybody knows Canada's the best, has the best ice hockey players, best ice hockey teams. The problem is Canadian teams haven't won for many years. I can't remember how many decades I think it is. So, so hopefully Edmonton can win the Stanley Cup. We can win it back, bring it back to Alberta where it belongs, guys. Even though it's not Calgary, it's I don't know. I'm still cheering for Edmonton. So guys, Game 7 is on Monday, North America time. I don't know where you are. Maybe it's going to be Tuesday morning for you or whatever. But anyway, fingers crossed for Edmonton. Fingers crossed means you hope the best. You're hoping for something. So I can say, hopefully Edmonton will win. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right, so guys, there's a little video about marketing, word of mouth. Let me know. Give me some examples of word of mouth. Or something that you can vouch for personally. Maybe there's a product, or maybe there's some tip in life that you've learned that would be beneficial to me. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for always leaving nice comments and for all your support, for smashing that like button. Really appreciate it. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're staying safe, healthy, and happy. As always, I love you so much, and I think I'm gonna drift off back to sleep. Keep dreaming about selling dancing cleaners.
나는 13가의 코리아맨인 뉴욕에 떠나가는 사람을 잡지 마라 alright 이 노래의 주인공은 bye bye 이제 내가 가사 쓰지 알아 마시며 일기장에 쓴 노래만 노래방에서 낮은 거짓말 거지같이 살아 요즘 난 누가 예술을 배우나 내 글씨나 빠져놓쳐 봐 에네르기 봐 그녀는 가끔 자식